When I was a TV reporter in Gaza, I reported live for the network every evening. During the day, I filmed, cut my pictures, and then filed my reports by satellite. My first day in Gaza, I reported on the number of civilian casualties caused by Israeli airstrikes. Warning, evacuate this area. Airstrike is imminent. I actually filmed an Israeli airstrike on an apartment block. The footage was real dramatic. The next day I filmed casualties arriving at a hospital. Some of them were children. I got close-ups which were pretty graphic. That evening the network had to warn viewers they might find my report disturbing. My editor told me I was doing a real good job. The next day I did a feature on how hospital facilities were at breaking point because of the number of civilian casualties. I filmed injured people lying on the floor because there simply weren't enough beds. My editor said it was okay, but what he wanted was the stories behind the news. So the next day I got an exclusive interview with a Hamas fighter. He didn't want to be identified, so I filmed him in silhouette, which I thought looked pretty cool. He said how Israelis were baby killers carrying out mass murder against innocent Palestinians and occupying the country of Palestine. He said Hamas was fighting Zionist aggression. I thought it was another real strong report that really explained what the conflict was all about. But my editor was unhappy. It turns out the other networks all had pictures of dead bodies being dug out of a school that had been hit. That made me sad. The next day I filmed an interview with a woman whose son had been killed. She was very emotional. My report was really moving. In my live two-way, I used this line I'd heard that some people were storing dead bodies in refrigerators at home because it was just too dangerous to bury them. The editor said my report was real strong. Now, there were some things which I saw but which I left out of my reports. For example, I saw Hamas firing rockets out of houses, schools, and mosques. I saw Hamas using a hospital as a headquarters and a rocket store. I saw Hamas telling families with kids to form human shields around buildings. I saw Hamas's own rockets sometimes hitting their own people. I could see that some of the civilian casualties in hospital were really Hamas fighters. And I heard Hamas executed 30 civilian demonstrators in Gaza who disagreed with them. I didn't report these things because obviously it's just not possible to report everything you see. Besides, none of the other networks were reporting any of those things. Also, you have to be kind of careful what you say in Gaza. My editor said that so long as I got plenty of great footage and didn't miss what the other channels had, well, he'd be real happy. When I was leaving Gaza, my Hamas media handler said I'd be welcome back anytime. Now I'm home, I can honestly say that working in Gaza was pretty challenging, but I'm proud of the quality of my fearless, hard-hitting, impartial journalism. Thank you for listening.